Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now with the main headlines. For sixth consecutive year, Afghan nationals top list of asylum seekers in France in 2023. Imam Hussein Foundation meets Iraq's Minister of Labour and Social Affairs to discuss its orphan project. Morocco prevents more than 75,000 attempts of irregular migration in 2023. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi says that all 14 infallibles are equal in knowledge. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers. This is Yunus Dawood and you're watching Shia Waves live from London, only on Imam Hussein TV 3. The Office for the Protection of Refugees and Stateless Persons in France has announced that Afghans with 17,500 requests were the largest group of asylum seekers in the country in 2023. More details in the following report.
France registered a record number of applications for asylum in 2023. The third highest number amongst EU countries after Germany and Spain, according to the French Office for the Protection of Refugees and Stateless Persons. The OFPRA statement states a total of 142,500 people requested asylum in France last year. OFPRA released the first asylum data for the previous calendar year on Tuesday, January the 23rd. According to this agency, Afghans have been the top asylum seekers for the sixth consecutive year. The office noted that citizens from Bangladesh, Turkey, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and the Republic of Guinea submitted the most asylum requests to France in 2023. According to these statistics, the asylum demand in France increased by 8.6% compared to 2022, including another 123,400 people for first-time asylum applications. The agency also mentioned that the COVID-19 crisis significantly affected refugee population movements. Reportedly, during 2023, the office issued 136,700 decisions regarding asylum cases. The Office for the Protection of Refugees and Stateless Persons in France mentioned that the provided statistics are provisional, and the final figures will be released after further review. Recently, the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees in Germany announced that 50,000 Afghans applied for asylum in 2023. Since the Taliban's takeover in Afghanistan, many Afghan citizens are fleeing to neighboring countries in their quest to reach Europe for a safer future. They are escaping persecution, security threats, reprisals, and extrajudicial killings, especially those who were part of a former Afghan security forces. Reporting for the Shia Waves, Ali Jigani.
A delegation from Imam Hussein Foundation for Relief and Development in the holy city of Karbala met with Iraq's Minister of Labour and Social Affairs, who confirmed his efforts to pass the project charter of protecting Iraq's orphans. The director of the foundation, Abdul Sahib al-Kishwan, stated that the meeting aimed to follow up on the progress of the humanitarian project, which serves a large number of orphans in Iraq, and to complete the necessary procedures for its activation. The project is among the major projects of the foundation, which seeks to care for the orphans and establish a special institution for their care, similar to those for martyrs and political prisoners. The minister had previously praised the foundation's launch of its important project, which has been submitted to the legal department of the Prime Minister's office for discussion and approval. Morocco thwarted more than 75,000 attempts of irregular migration last year, authorities said on Tuesday, adding it marked a 6% increase from the previous year. It also said that security authorities managed to dismantle over 419 trafficking networks, marking a 44% increase in comparison to figures in 2022. As for the rescue and assistance operations in the sea, the statement for the Interior Ministry said that 16,818 migrants were rescued, representing a notable 35% uptick from the previous year. Let's take a look back at today's main headlines. For the sixth consecutive year, Afghan nationals top list of asylum seekers in France in 2023. Misbah al-Hussein Foundation meets Iraq's Minister of Labour and Social Affairs to discuss its orphan projects. Morocco prevents more than 75,000 attempts of irregular migration in 2023. Also tonight, China's human rights record under UN scrutiny. The daily scholarly meetings of Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Hussein al-Shirazi was held on Tuesday, the 11th of Rajab, 1445. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi discussed the position and the rank of the infallible alayhum as-salam. Let's watch the statements of the Ayatollah together.
ولذا من مجموع الروايات يستفاد أن المعصومين ال14 علمهم سواء كلهم، فقط الفرق فرقان، فرق بين رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله والمعصومين 13 أن رسول الله نبي أولئك ليسوا بأنبياء. الثاني درجاتهم مختلفة، علي وفاطمة عليهما السلام أفضل من الأئمة 11 وهكذا، وإلا في كل شيء كلهم سواء. شوفوا الصور فد باب أكو في البحار الأنوار للعلامة المجلسي أو أكثر من باب هذه الروايات مذكورة فيه، علمهم سواء.
And now we'll continue with some shorter news. The holy city of Karbala has witnessed an atmosphere of joy and happiness as the anniversary of the birth of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam is approaching. Banners of joy and happiness were hung at the shrines of Imam Hussein and his brother Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas alayhim salam, and many visitors from inside and outside of Iraq came to pay their respects and celebrate this auspicious occasion. The holy city of Karbala is known for its active religious atmosphere during this time, with visitors from various Iraqi provinces as well as Arab and foreign visitors coming to visit the holy shrines and offer congratulations on the birth of the commander of the faithful, Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. The United States military confirmed Tuesday that it conducted airstrikes in Somalia over the weekend, resulting in the deaths of 3 al-Qaeda-affiliated al-Shabaab militants. The US Africa Command based in Germany stated that the strikes were carried out at the request of Somalia's government in a remote area. Al-Shabaab, the largest and most active al-Qaeda network globally, has been engaged in a 16-year insurgency against the Western-backed Somali government, supported by African Union peacekeeping troops. Some 569 Rohingya people died or went missing at sea last year as they embarked on dangerous boats towards journeys to Southeast Asia, according to the United Nations Refugee Agency said. Nearly 4,500 Rohingya people took boats across the Andaman Sea and the Bay of Bengal in 2023, fleeing crowded refugee camps in Bangladesh or persecution in their native Myanmar. Survivors have shared horrifying accounts of abuse and exploitation during the journey, including gender-based violence, the UNHCR also statement said. Indian forces are intensifying restrictions in disputed Kashmir ahead of India's Republic Day on January the 26th. According to Kashmir Media Service, since the day is observed as Black Day by the Kashmiris living across the line of control and world over, heavy deployment of Indian troops and security measures are in place to prevent anti-India protests. Security checkpoints, house raids, frisking and identity card checks are being conducted, while youth are being summoned to sign and show their presence to prove they are not involved in anti-India activities. Trade between Pakistan and Afghanistan resumed on Tuesday after the two sides reopened a key northern border crossing shut more than 10 days. Truckers for years have been able to cross the border without documents, so they generally do not have them. But Pakistan began mandating truck driver's license get visas last week. The two sides, after a series of meetings, agreed to reopen the Turkhan border crossing, but Pakistan set a new deadline of March 31st for the truck drivers to get visas, said Zia al-Haq Sarhadi, a director of Pakistan's Afghanistan Joint Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The United Nations Human Rights Council held a review of China's human rights record on Tuesday, with many countries expressing concerns about China's treatment of its Uyghur Muslim minority and its crackdown on pro-democracy activists in Hong Kong. During the review, the China delegation defended its policies, saying that it was committed to protecting human rights and that it had made significant progress in this area. However, many countries, including the United States, Canada, and Australia, expressed concerns about the situation in Jiangxi, where it's estimated more than up to 1 million Uyghurs are being held in detention camps. The Chinese delegation denied allegations of human rights abuses in Xinjiang, saying that the camps were vocational training centers aimed at combating extremism and terrorism. In addition to the situation in Xinjiang, many countries also raised concerns about China's crackdown on pro-democracy activists in Hong Kong. We have reached the end of today's Shia Waves show. Let's take a look back at today's main headlines. For the 6th consecutive year, Afghan nationals top list of asylum seekers in France in 2023. Imam Hussein Foundation meets Iraq's Prime Minister of Labour and Social Affairs to discuss its orphan projects. Morocco prevents more than 75,000 attempts of irregular migration in the last year. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi says that all 14 infallibles are equal in knowledge. And China's human rights record under UN scrutiny. You can view the latest news on our website, or you can send news of your city or country to be published on a news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of your screen. Thank you all for watching, and we pray to Allah the Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the Master of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Na 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 na